Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and we were given a gift at the recent World Championships. Alexander Hayne played a Regal Bunnicorn blue-white token deck featuring Invasion of Segovia that has some really cool synergies and interactions. I've updated it slightly, tweaked it around for best of one, and I've got a deck that I'm excited to play on ladder for you today. The Regal Bunnicorn is cute, yet lethal. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of non-land permanents that you control. Non-land permanents includes battles, so there is a really fun sequence that I particularly love where you play the Bunnicorn on turn 2, and then on turn 3 you play Invasion of Segovia, which has 4 defense counters on it, and that is 3 permanents. So counting the Bunnicorn is now a 4/4, attacking a battle with 4 defense counters, so it can transform right away. And then all your all your stuff has Convoke, right? Because of Cadus, the Sea Tyrant of Segovia. So on your end step, you untap your creatures, and including Cadus, now you have 4 of them, and there's Convoke, and you can cast spells. You can counter spells. Things like Make Disappear. It's awesome. It's a really cool way to play Magic the Gathering, and you'll see in this video that there are just some fun sequences made possible by Invasion of Segovia and Bunnicorn that you just don't get in other decks, which is really what you're looking for. And having a build that can at least kind of hang with mono red on the best of one ladder is important to me, so that's why you primarily see the difference being Elspeth's Smite as a 1-mana removal spell, so that the deck does something on turn 1. Another thing you could go if you don't like the smites is you could go with Skrelv or a Lunark. What is the card? It's Lunark thing that gains life. I know my cards. I play Magic. Lunark Veteran. I kept on wanting to say Aspirant. Those of you who know me know I have a history with Aspirant. But Lunark Veteran is another 1-mana card that you could play that's pretty good if you want to run a creature instead of a removal spell. There is a sideboard, and the sideboard had smites. I moved smites over. I put some spell pierces and other things back over here in the sideboard. But if you hit the craft all button, you should be mindful that there is a sideboard over here for you best of 3 gamers. Now I'm going to show you how to make Bunny huge and victor. Let's dive in. Let the token nonsense begin. On the play, we can go Virtue into Adeline into Emperor. That should be a lot of pressure for the opponent. White mana versus white mana. Farmhand. Kind of the old school mono white control. Mono white mid-range, whatever you want to call it. I found it really hard to play this deck in best of 1 because of mono red. They just don't have anything with 1 toughness on the ground anymore. We do have lay down arms for the Adeline, but we might have taken them off playing Wedding Announcement on time. And an Elspeth Smite as well. Wow. Okay. Do they keep their farmhand or do they block? They're going to block. I think we'll just Wandering Emperor then. Do you see the stick? They have another Elspeth Smite. If we try to put the counter there, they might use the smite on the token. And we want to make them waste the mana for another turn. It's possible they were using stops in combat to achieve that effect, but I don't think so. All right, they're holding mana open. I have a strong feeling they're going to smite this when we attack. They might have their own Wandering Emperor as well. Getting them to take the damage is nice. Let's make a token. And Virtue of Loyalty. Start making our tokens larger, so that their Emperor can't make a token and then easily attack through to get to our Emperor.
I'm home. to me.
The opponent puts a counter and gives first strike on this samurai.
Edge in this fight.
So, we have some interesting choices. We can go for a double block. If the opponent has the Elspeth Smite, we lose both samurais, which is very bad. And we do believe they have that smite. However, the smite becomes a lot worse once we get more counters on our creatures with the Virtue of Loyalty. So, I actually believe this is the correct block on this turn. Next turn, we'll still have a creature to put the counter on and attack with first strike, which means the smite doesn't deal with it anymore. Opponent plays their own virtue to start growing their creatures. Okay. So I think the right play here is this.
I have got new moves to teach.
Attack. We'll see if the opponent's willing to block. They probably are. Emperor on 3 can make many more tokens. Nope. Interesting.
I guess that's that.
Let's make another Virtue of Loyalty creature now. So we keep leveling up the squad. That's a very good card here. That card could shift the matchup for sure. What we should be asking ourselves though is, can we out-tempo it? Because it's not a creature on its own. Maybe we let this resolve and counter their threat? Because right now we'd have to give up one of our tokens, and I don't think that's worth it. Okay, they're just moving to end step, so we get to Mirix up. There's a Destroy Evil. Perfect. Perfect. 5/5, huh? Could take out the token. Come rumbling in. With a Make Disappear in hand, I think that's the right play. It's their whole defense. So here's their smite. They're going to smite this knight, I think. Let that happen. So just don't let them cast Farewell or something like that, and we should be fine.
Let the slave do the talking.
So this is 11 damage. They have 9 health. So they have to get out of it. That's what I'm looking for. Make opponent disappear. On the play, we will keep it. We'll see if and when Elspeth's Smite is helpful. Is this going to be an aggressive deck? It is. So we really want to get the Make Disappears cast as soon as possible. They're not very good against creature decks, so we'll take every target we get for the next 2 turns. And then go from there. Bunnicorn! But I think here we pass. We smite, we Make Disappear, then we get out Adeline, I think. Yep. Alright, set them back to nothing. They might have a Brutal Cathar. If they have a Brutal Cathar, that's really bad for us. Let's play the Bunnicorn. Maybe they'll play around and Make Disappear. Bunnicorn gets bigger fast. Okay. That's fine because we can pay for the Adeline. That's why you go up to 26 lands, is because the white decks are going to tax you so hard. Ugh. That's a little unfortunate. But this becomes a 3/3, making a 1/1. Let's see what they do. If we had 1 more mana to keep the opponent from trading with our Bunnicorn, I'd be very happy. We keep their recruitment officer, which makes sense. It can find more creatures. We've got a Vanguard. Wedding Announcement's pretty good. We can wait till post-combat. The double block. Excellent. Doesn't get much better than that. And a Wedding Announcement. This should be a runaway game from here. And the opponent knows it. Message delivered. Don't mess with me, mono white. Since I only play the same ladder and play against the same people every day, my experience has been that Big Red doesn't play red. I'm trying to remember what. Was it like Esper or Black or something? Anyway, I'll keep this hand. We'll see what's cooking. We're gonna run all of the rabbit unicorns. All of them. Soldiers, that's right. Yeah, blue-white. All right, bunny. Let's see if they're ready for that. Okay, they've got the Harbin already. How aggressive do they feel? Very. So, with a Harbin, we could take this trade, but I will not. My bunnicorns are worth far more to me. Invasion, what a draw. Look at that creature. Now that's what we're out here to do. Transform the invasion, give our stuff Convoke, and pop off like a maniac. Oh, what a start. So, untap you, right? Can I respond to this? Can I do like... Resolve. Okay. I couldn't... If one of these had been a white creature, I could have done the virtue there at instant speed, but not in this case. Uh-huh. What do you want? You want that? Well, I'll give it a little of this. Now what? You want some? Come get some. It's a good time for an Adeline. Well, we're gonna bring the pain. I wonder if we're supposed to attack with the other tokens, but then they get 2 free blocks on tokens instead of 1. Drop them to 12. What you got over there? We've seen that they play Brutal Cathar. Three, huh? That's kind of rough. Also, missing the land for the Wandering Emperor after our amazing start is starting to feel very bad. Counterspell, make a 1/1. At some point, they've got to block. Well, actually, we're at that point. They have to start chumping. Oh, they're ganging up, maybe? No, they're still trying to save Harbin. Okay, down to 7. They've hit all their lands. They still have mana up. All right, they go up to... They're going to transform the Brute. They're going to get the Adeline. And they're up to enough soldiers to activate Harbin. They've successfully gummed up the board while we've missed our land drops. So I think they're going to pull this off. Don't think they should have put the counter there, though, because of the first strike. There's a land. I guess we're going in. We're still at 7, so they need their blocks to be good. And they get soldier replacements from the veterans, so that's the main thing that they're thinking about here. Ah, they jumped in the right spot. Curse them and their good blocks. All right, what do we do? I don't think we can do anything. They're going to make replacement soldiers, then they're going to attack. When they do, this is going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 11, 12, 13, 14. We're at 18. Now, if the Brutal Cathar is still a soldier, it will get the benefit as well. It's whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, all creatures. So this will gain the benefit. So if I exile one thing, If I exile one thing with the Wandering Emperor, will I live? Let's find out. Also, this is going to transform again, so I have to pay a ward, which is nasty. So they have exactly enough soldiers. Counter over there. Trigger. There are 5 or more soldiers. I can make blockers at instant speed, but they won't be able to block. If I remove one right now, it won't matter. All right, let's do the math. 18 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 plus 4, 19. Exile this, pay 3 life, go to 15, go back up to 17. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 14. I'll have these back, please. They were mine. If they had hit an untapped land, the beachhead would have been lethal. Wow. What a game. What a close game. We're on the play, but our hand does nothing until turn 3. But sometimes you get away with that in best of 1. Can't do it on the draw, but on the play you can. And if we draw a bunnicorn, then we're doing the thing, so we keep. At least we have 3 lands and our colors. Opponent has a turn 1 play, so we're in trouble. But we might be able to kill that sleeper. Give them a chance to power it up. It will not. Well, I'll kill it. And they've got a 3/1 that can't block. Okay. Well, there's our bunnicorn. It's a little late, though. So what do we do? Backside is 4. If we play this now, the opponent will probably just kill it. Let's get to work on populating our board with all kinds of tokens. They have a Liliana. That's annoying.
No more distractions.
And they're going to get rid of a token that's just going to reappear anyway, so
Always hated clothes.
don't know about that play. Ooh, we get to play our bunny now. They will probably kill it, but at least it won't be with a cut down. And we get to smite the transmogrant. What are we discarding? Probably protect the negotiators. The life. Oh no. Oh no, the technology. Now they can cut it down. Oh, they had to go for the throat anyway, so nothing really changed there.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I think we're just going to try to put a lot of stuff on the board. Or do we save this? Yeah, let's let one of these invasions go. They did have the cut down. Weird. So next turn they're going to give another -1/-1, right? And we need something to discard to this Liliana. But the creatures we make will be 2/2s. Or I can hold this protect the negotiators because we know they're going to try to cast something. Yeah, let's pass. We really need to kill the Liliana on this sequence. So there's their play. Unfortunately, we can't counter this. I am very frustrated that they had the untapped land as well. What a perfect draw. Just perfect draw after perfect draw.
We all
Virtue.
have things we'd rather forget.
Perfect draw after perfect draw.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Where's my perfect draw? We can kill Liliana. We can also transform the invasion. Can't do anything about the trespasser, but we can take out the memory. All right. Make a 4/4. Lily doesn't do much, and then we attack Lily the next turn. Let's see what they get. Land, but they're gonna have a 4/4 trespasser. All right, I could use a really good card.
Has to leave.
It's a pretty good card, and I can convoke it out. Let's hope they try to trade with the Sea Tyrant. They do not. Okay, so Lily's going to die. We're going to hold this Wandering Emperor.
A delay, nothing more.
We're really relying on this creature for some mana. Top deck Sorin. Sure. Awesome for you.
Neither vampire nor
Archfiend off the dross off the top.
to know my secrets? Very well.
No aggression. Well, gotta play it. No question about that. Let's make a creature.
I've learned much during my travels.
Virtue.
Watch for intruders.
We can cast that, right? Gotta do this. It's too bad we don't have...
Show them how we...
Oh wait, we do have one more mana. We can do both. As long as this doesn't die in combat. It's a pretty good draw. First strike. That's gonna be an oopsie. So we can do this, right? And then this. Oh, that's sick. And right there, if we had another spell with this trigger on the stack, we could cast another 4-mana spell at Convoke. Oh, that's gross. All right, we still have to overcome an Archfiend of the freaking dross.
Serve me well.
I don't know if we can. It's asking a lot.
Remember your training.
Coming in for a strikey. And we gain life. Too bad it doesn't tap things, so Wandering Emperor could exile. They do have to kill the Wandering Emperor, though, before they can do much else, or I'll just exile their Archfiend. Whenever creature I control dies, I lose 2. They have that Sorin in the way. They top another Planeswalker. It's Liliana. Of course it is.
But I'm taking the credit.
That's 2 damage.
I've always hated crowds.
Now let's see what they do. They get to keep just cranking out lifelinkers with Sorin, so I can't race them, even with all my untappy abilities. Ooh, this is not the way. They're gonna forget about the Wandering Emperor minus if they're not careful. They did forget. They did forget. Oh! That's gonna feel bad. All right, so vigilant. Let's keep attacking the planeswalkers and then play invasion post-combat. This is a 6/6 though. Ah, yeah, they forgot about that. They're gonna scoop it up. So we have a nice invasion there too. And wow. So what if they had killed the Wandering Emperor there? Maybe it's possible that we could play the invasion and transform it into Teferi before we die to their air force. It would be very close. On the draw, and this hand is way too slow. Better. Definitely better. I'm not sure what to put away, to be honest. Maybe it's the land? Are we gonna draw the land? I think actually it's the counter spell. Against aggro decks, and that's where we would lose early. The counter spell is bad, so prepare as if it is an aggro deck, and then when it isn't, you try to adjust your game plan and get there. But if you can't, it just wasn't lucky enough, and you move on. And obviously here we would love the counter spell because it looks like they're playing ramp, so hopefully we draw more. Adeline, time to carry me. Relieved that we got to combat. Relieved that we're still here. And they have up the beanstalk, so they get to draw. And I think they have a leyline binding. Maybe we're gonna see that here. If they do, this is tough. I want to cast invasion so bad. Do they have a binding? Let's see, they have all the types, so it could definitely be a binding, and something's holding priority. So I think I'm supposed to destroy evil a binding, but then they just untap and sunfall, right? What a train wreck. Okay, let's just go to combat. There it is. All right, if they have the sunfall, we lose. If they don't have the sunfall, we have a good chance. Tap land. Briefcase makes a 1/1 blocker. That 1/1 blocker, I think, is going to mess us up. Yeah, there's no way to dodge a sunfall here. Well, what can we attack something for? For 5? This would be 6. So they block here. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could attack the invasion of New Phyrexia. It's not enough. It's not enough. So we have to hope they don't have sunfall. So what's the right play in that case? Invasion, I think. And play like an Atraxa. We can attack with a bunch of things to get around it. Yeah. There's no real option here. Everything's bad. It's all hope and pray that the top, 13 cards of their library didn't contain the exact combination of cards they need. It didn't! Ah, gosh. Sometimes, man. Sometimes you get a little lucky. On the play with a defensive hand, but we'll keep it. At least we probably won't get run over. Restless Fortress. Looks like the opponent's going to play a defensive deck as well. Wish I had that a turn ago, but it's okay. Smite looking bad, but the rest of our deck should be pretty annoying for them to deal with. Missing land drops is bad. So we kept the 3-lander and just didn't get there. Opponent hasn't done anything yet, though. Oh, Plaza. Okay. They might be as per Legends with the bad draw? Virtue. Okay. You got it. Hey, that's the land we're looking for. And it's Mirrex, too. So we don't have to put things on the stack to pressure our opponent if they're going to do nothing. They're going to Virtue on their own turn. Why? Not sure. But hey, that's something else I can kill. Alright, let's get our first Make Disappear out of their hand. Or not.
I am the emperor of Kamigawa.
I will make a Samurai.
You protect mine. Keep watch for it.
Yay, another land. We needed it. I'll make... Will I? Yeah, I'll make another Samurai.
May your blade strike true.
The Plaza of Harmony is confusing me, as we don't see any other legendary creatures. We don't see any creatures coming out of them. So do I just hold up mana? Do I go for this Virtue? Feels like that's an overcommitment here. Let's just pass. Worst case scenario, we can get the Mirrex going. We're ahead. We don't need to try to get way ahead when they have a full grip of cards. We know they've got something. Another Virtue. Being really careful with that knight. Like, really careful. I will Mirrex. So they wait for me to tap out. What are they doing? March. Okay. That's a way to kill an emperor.
Next time, then.
Smite you. And we can pass. Their virtues don't mean much with nothing in the graveyard. Archangel Elspeth. What are they going to do? They're going to make a 1/1. Do we care? We can just attack this, right? I think they're just playing around Make Disappear. I'm not convinced they have it themselves.
I am a shining blade in the dark. This is our fight to win.
Elspeth versus Emperor. It hasn't gone well for Elspeth in the meta so far.
Let your blade do the talking.
Alright, so they run March. A lot of decks think it's mono red tech. They're making a 1/1 every turn. We don't really care. So what I'm saying is I think that we should plus this on the Mirrex token and try to make their March expensive. If we plus the Wandering Emperor as much as possible, the next time they try to kill it with a March will be a lot harder. Most players on Best of One ladder don't run 1-ofs very often. They run a lot of 3s and 4s.
I will not be corrupted. I won't be intimidated.
We'll just pass. We're chilling. Everything's good. We're ahead. We just need to stay a little bit ahead. Yeah, they have these adventures, but with no creatures on the board and with nothing in the graveyard, they're not very good. Okay, they're gonna blow up the creatures. Let's not let them get that far ahead. because then they get to make the first creature with their planeswalker, as opposed to us killing their planeswalker next turn.
We fight together!
We might have a removal spell, but I think we can still get there on the Elspeth if things don't dramatically change. March. X equals 1. Not sure why. They didn't have to do that. X could equal 0. So next turn they make this. We make that. Trying to think, if they're like a Breach the Multiverse deck or something like something extreme, we're gonna need this. So I guess we let this go. Still chilling.
Ready arms!
This is a 1/4, so it dies to destroy evil before blocking, which is important. Ashiok. That's bad. That's really bad. Makes 2 1/1s. So bad. It is what it is. One more mana would have really tipped this game, but we don't have it. Now we have to get back to... Where have you been? Would have also been a great play last turn. Everything's just been a little too tense.
Keep watch for intruders.
Play this. They make 2 creatures. Nah. Invade New Phyrexia. They've only got 1 card left. You think it's another Path of Peril? They can minus the Elspeth to kill the Emperor, but we have another. Nah, they're going for it. They do have a Path of Peril. I can feel it. Their hand's been too perfect. Should have left 1 mana up to smite that.
For this?
My god. White Sun's Twilight. Okay. Bunnicorn. This is the part where they probably play their Virtue, so we have to be ready to destroy its evil. Yep.
Form up on me!
Might as well do this while we have the mana. Ugh. Where did it all go wrong? Everything just off by 1 mana too. This is a fun trick.
Who harms my people must contend. We must protect the people.
We got another Virtue though. It's gonna doom us.
This is our fight!
They get their Virtue going first. It's gonna be so tough. Well, at least they're throwing those into the Emperor. Don't tell me they drew another removal spell. No way. Not off the top. No. Come on. Come on. Okay. They scare me. They scare me with that stuff. Another land. Again, everything's a mana off. We can't Mirrex this turn. Okay. Can take a chunk out of Elspeth, though. And at least their tokens don't block. I concede. What a joke. What a beating. I surrender.